Do you love photo booths?
Do you like making the green? Well, follow me. Let's do photo booths. You can do a photo booth yourself. Follow me. What's up, guys? It's Lee here, the bartending photo boothing rental guy. Today we're going to learn about what kind of camera goes inside a photo booth. What kind of camera can you use? What kind of camera do you need? I'm here in the front room of my rental shop. This is kind of my photo booth room, and so this is where we're going to be doing a lot of our photo booth videos, assuming it's not too echoey in here. Woohoo! Get it? Got it good. What kind of camera do you need to make your DIY photo booth?
I know what you want.
You want to know if your Canon camera that's sitting around collecting dust can be made into a photo booth. The answer is probably yes. Let's get into it. First things first, we're basically talking about photo booths that are using DSLR booth. So that's photo booth software, and these are the compatible cameras with DSLR booth. Yes, webcams are compatible with DSLR booth, but you don't want to use webcams. You really don't. If you have DSLR booth running off of a tablet, it's nice to have them as a failsafe, so that if your DSLR camera isn't working, that you can default to the webcam when you're in a pinch. So Surface Pros are perfect examples of tablets that can run DSLR cameras and the front-facing camera as well. So this one here is an iPad photo booth. It's running LumaBooth, and it's got the iPad Pro camera, so 5 megapixels in it, and that is basically, you don't want to go any lower than 5 megapixels when you're using an iPad front-facing camera. I made a whole video about iPad booth versus DSLR photo booth if you want to check that out right here. All of these photo booths here, I use pretty budget cameras. They're all Canon cameras. I got them all on classifieds. They're all extremely used, and they all work great. So basically, I don't buy the newest of the new cameras to put in my photo booths because you don't need that good of quality. I mean, guests are taking photos. They're taking photos up close, and you know, there's a strobe on there. There's a monolight strobe, so it's studio lighting. The camera doesn't really have to struggle to take a good picture. So you just need a camera that slips by, and the client won't know the difference. Plus, with the cameras, you don't want the highest quality photos anyways, so that the photo booth program can process faster, because it has a lot of different processes it has to do while it's taking photos. You know, it shrinks down, it takes a photo, it shrinks down a copy of them to put on the print copies, and it sends copies multiple places, is what I'm trying to say. And that all happens before your very eyes while a photo booth session is going. So there is a recommended list that you can find online on the DSLR booth website that shows a list of all the recommended cameras. I do have a document that I made up that is part of the photo booth DIY build plans that I send, so I'll put the link to the description of that up there if you want to see my version of that list put together as an infographic in there. I can give you a quick little peek of it right here. Alright, so this is the espresso photo booth right here, and it is running a Canon T3i camera. All the Canon cameras that have the I on the end, it's because they have an extra audio jack on the side. So the audio jack will allow you to plug a microphone in and basically record sound. So if you're planning on doing a photo booth with a video booth, you want your Canon camera to have an eye on the end so you can record pro audio while you're taking the photos. I've got a video on Video Booth. If you want to check that out, I'll also link that one up so you know a little bit more about what I'm talking about. Okay, so it's counting down, and now it will be recording. So sub to my channel. Sub to my YouTube channel. Sub to my channel. And there it goes, it sends. It will be recording, so sub to my channel. Oh yeah. So inside this booth here, I'm using the Canon 40D. It takes fantastic pictures, it really does. This photo booth also has a Canon 40D in it. So as you can see right there, the PC sync cord on the Canon 40D, and then the cord that hooks the camera up to the computer. So this photo booth down here has a Canon T3i in it, and yeah, that makes it video capable as well. As you can see, in there, photo booth camera is set on manual. Looks a little dusty because I obviously don't go up there much. Gonna have to dust that off. We leave the camera on so that when you plug in the booth, it automatically turns on the camera. Okay, so right here, you see that attached to the camera? To attach the camera inside the booth, we just use a Z-mount. You just mount it in there, and then you can put the camera any angle you want. This is the monolight strobe that works in tandem with the camera. We'll tackle this in another video though. So another common question is, what kind of lens do you use? Just use the stock lens that comes with the camera. So with Canon cameras, it's an 18-55 lens. Works perfect. Make sure it's got the little autofocus that you can click on or off. Click it on, obviously, so that it scans through every picture and makes sure that it focuses correctly. So actually, on some of my cameras, I have a little lens cover on them that I bought for 99 cents from China. Got them in the mail. They just cover the lens so that people don't mess up the good lens. So go check those out on eBay and buy a little lens cover for an 18-55 stock Canon lens, because that's all you need. Stock lens, 18-55 Canon camera for DSLR booth. These decals here, very easily just get a Cricut machine and make a PDF out of them, and then you can print your own look here decals. It's super simple, just do it. So when it comes to programming the settings on your photo booth, you put your camera on manual, and then your photo booth program DSLR booth will do the rest. Okay, so the photo booth's plugged in and booted up. So we just want to show you how to program the settings on the camera. So this is what happens when you fire it up. You go into Tools, and then you go to DSLR Camera Wizard. And then once you click into that, are you using a flash? We're using an external flash, which is the monolight strobe I've been teaching you about in my videos. So someone messed with the mode, so we're gonna change the mode back to manual. So we have to click it to manual on the camera, and then we'll apply the settings. So we'll go around to the back and open it up. And we want this on manual. So there it is, manual. Perfect. That way the photo booth will be able to the program will be able to tell it what to do. Okay, so it's on manual and it's set there. So apply, and then we connect the flash, turn it on, and then we adjust. So you press next, you take a test shot. It doesn't have a flash connected right now, so, but it still looks good. So we don't need to brighten or darken the image. We can just finish. A lot of people use the best gear out there in their photo booths. You don't need to use the best gear. You just need to use gear that works. Got it? So you'll see right here, that's the little hot shoe mount right there, and that runs to the monolight strobe, which is the flash and the modeling light. This one on the side here, this runs to the computer. And then this one here runs to the power source, so you don't have to use batteries in it. Okay, so another common thing with the camera is you'll turn it on and it'll say no card in camera. You don't want to have an SD card inside the camera, because then when it fills up with pictures, it won't let it take any more photos anymore. So you want to take the card out, and then you want to go to the menu settings in your camera and make sure that it can fire without a card in it. So that's a good setting to put it to. So this is on the Canon T3i. We'll just press menu, and we'll make sure that live view's on. That's so that people can see themselves in the booth there. So live view functionality should be on. Release shutter without card, yes. Image review, we don't need that on because nobody's going to be looking at it anyways. At the photo right on here after it takes a photo. Disable the beep. So we also want auto power off to be off, so that the photo booth does not shut off mid photo booth. So we don't want it to shut off when the photo booth idles. So we make sure auto power off is off. LCD auto off. Enable, we don't want to waste power. So live view shoot, enable. We need that enabled. So Canon XS. Sorry, I don't have any photo booths currently in the shop that have it, but I'll post it in some of my other videos. Anyways, Canon XS is a great camera you can find on Facebook Marketplace for like $100. Buy it off someone, put it inside the photo booth, then you have a photo booth. So watch closely on the classifieds looking for a Canon XS. That is all the camera that you're going to need to make a basic photo booth that will take pictures. If you want to take a step up, then you can use the Canon with the I series, and then you can do video booth. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed my video. You stay classy. Stay tuned for videos on Photo Share and Booth Copilot. They're gonna blow your mind.